Okay, I'm just going to run through setting up the Cleveland headed vacuum pump bracket. So there is a few components when you take everything out of the pack. You'll have two sets of bolts and washers. So what you want to do is, if you're doing a Cleveland block, Cleveland head, you want the shorter set of bolts and spacers. If you're doing a Clevor, which is the Windsor block and Cleveland heads, you want the longer. So depending on which way you want to do it. This one, we're going to set this up on a Cleveland. So we'll get the Cleveland. We'll move the Clevor bolts out of the way. Then you've got a few other components here to have a look at. This here hub is the locator for the mandrel. You can see that the mandrel has a recess inside of it and the hub will click into it. When using one of our pulleys, or depending on what pulleys you're using, they may also accept it, but our pulleys definitely do. This hub can now go inside of our pulley and it will all securely locate. And then you can use the provided stainless bolts. Depending on what harmonic balancer you're using, these bolts may be a fraction too long. Sometimes Romax will have a slightly shorter bolt hole, but you'll soon find that out. And then basically this will just bolt straight up to your harmonic balancer. Now as for the Moroso mandrel goes, when you buy the kit, you're going to receive a bunch of their different shims and spacers. You've got a Gilmer pulley style setup, you've got a V pulley style setup. I've set this configuration up to work with the Gilmer. You can get it to work with the V if you like, it just depends how you want to go about it. So essentially, you can be creative and just stack things together like that. Stack the Gilmer pulley on there. Possibly find some of these spacers. And then that may be enough. All of this can be done on the engine. It's the only way the mandrel will let you set it up. And then essentially what you have now is your serpentine pulley with your mandrel installed and your Gilmer pulley coming out the front. You can set up the Gilmer pulley with another washer there. It's going to locate the belt however you prefer. And that's quite simply that setup. Onto the bracket configuration, you will receive the vac pump bracket together like this. It will be supplied with two 3/8 stainless cap screws, although I have made the holes in these large enough that you can switch these out for ARP studs if you prefer. The thread inside is 3/8 UNC. What you'll do now, you'll get your bolts through the holes on the vac pump on the front. Feed your spacers on. And then there's 4 threaded holes in the rear plate for the vac pump. You can just screw all that together. And then you've got your vac pump bracket more or less configured now. I will just lightly do this up so we can hold it together. Now an easy way to put this together is to get this tight to the engine leave all of this loose, so the bolts up here are loose and the side bolts are loose, and then you get your vacuum pump inside of this hole here, and you'll notice the vacuum pump shaft for the pulley is eccentric. So you get the eccentric shaft down to here, measure your belt, and then as you turn the vacuum pump, you're going to tighten your belt, and then you can lock down your side bolts, and that's going to tension up your vac pump into the bracket. Okay, so setting this up on the engine, we're going to be using 3 holes in the cylinder head, this here, and this here. Get all 3 cap screws lightly installed. So this is the way it comes together. We have found some discrepancies through Cleveland cylinder heads, so we have this 3rd hole as a small slot, just so we're covering all of our Cleveland cylinder heads. And then once you've got your vacuum pump in, you can then go ahead and tighten the rest of this up. The way this bracket is made, everything is under constant tension. Things are pulling in different directions to hold the vacuum pump as stable as humanly possible. So you must do everything up evenly together. And as it sits, that's how the bracket's going to be. Your vacuum pump's going to sit in the middle there, and the Gilmer pulley for your vacuum pump should sit just in front of your harmonic balancer. The bracket is set up so you can trim the spaces if need be, just to get everything in the exact configuration that you need to.